this is a generation that is supposed to deliver that change. We have had opportunity to learn from those that came before us. They paid a huge price. No doubt we are paying a huge price too. I mean, young men and women are being rounded up, taken in drones, murdered. But I can guarantee you that those are signs of fear. So while I encourage you, message, it was much heavier in the days when myself I was so immersed into music, the night away, like SG said, while action was being robbed. The ghetto is the struggle. The educated are connected to the struggle. The young, the old people are connected. We are more connected than we ever before. And that is how we were able to come out massively and vote General Museveni out. So I want to encourage you, brothers and sisters, to make use of your days, to make use of the opportunities that we've got. Winning this position alone for Comrade Mbazira, for me, it's a very big step towards the right direction. Let us use, Mr. President, I want to encourage you. Of course, we'll discuss presidential matters later. But I want to encourage you to keep organizing. Even in the midst of oppression, don't just mourn. Organize. Organize. What we're doing is within the law. These people will not do anything other than their impunity. They cannot arrest all of us. They cannot kill all of us. Let us stand strong. And for the leaders that have been elected, I want this as well. That a dictatorial regime has two approaches. It has a carrot to either your fear or greed. If you have recorded that Comrade Mbazira is past that level of fear. I remember visiting you and your predecessor, Comrade Tunduru, in this, having been arrested as a step to develop very hard thing. What we my so when they fail in intimidate, they are going to appeal your greed. Like all of us, they are going to reach out to all of you. They are going to pray you. That has been Mr. Museveni's plan. The local leaders that are elected, even the university leaders that are elected, he will reach, he will bring kinds of indecent positives. I want to remind you that when you not only reaching for your grade, all he wants from you is not cooperation. He wants your credibility. All of you comrades risk coming here to see me because of the credibility you attach to me. And I'm very aware that the day I change my word, none of you will want to associate with me. So it is that credibility that makes us stand out as noble men and women. An African man, that's the important piece of wealth that you have. And I take it away, like you've seen very many examples. After taking away the credit from you, you are valuable. You won't be having anything to tell people. And that is when they attack you. Worst way. They make you valuable. So we be this more and more. But I want you to know that the nation is relying on you, the nation is relying on us. I'm always quick to conclude by saying you can be a child. Side vendor. I was meeting more when I was the night away. But now I'm here to provoke you to more time to this our country, because we are stuck here. This is where we're born. This is where we're going to grow old, and this is where we're going to be buried. I want to remind you that this is issue I'm going to live for you. For some, we are setting this country for a country that our children are going to live in. So every day that you're going to take an assessment, what have you achieved today? And if you miss one or two days, the way you have to change this country, you don't have any discipline way. Those that are ruling over us look at us like a farm. Okay? They're looking at us like a farm. And all of us are like livestock. But again, I want to remind you of one guy that I love so much. His name is Malcolm X. He said, nobody can make you a slave without your permission.
Yo!
Nobody. You will have to permit him or her. How do you permit him to hold you under control? They will need to take of you to hold the entire, chapel or Barara University or any other community. They have to pick some of you. That is how the colonialists managed to control us. We were in millions. They came not in thousands, not in hundreds, but in tens. How did they manage? They picked a few of us, appealed to their greed and their fear, but most importantly, their greed. Those who didn't want to share the beauty of this, our country, with the rest of those that were living then. They compromised them and they used them to enslave the rest. The same thing was done during slavery. There were two types of slaves. There were the house slaves and the plantation slaves. The house slaves are those ones that lived with their masters in the boys' quarters. The word boys' quarter did not start here in Africa. Back then, when you're a slave, no matter what age you are called a boy. Even when you're 80-year-old man, you are called a boy. And that is why there was always a small house by the side of the master's house called a boy's quarter. And that is why they take the big bedroom of the house, calling it a master's bedroom. Those are slave narratives. So for those slaves that lived in the boys' quarter, they were close to their master because they always ate master's food, what he left. Okay? They always thought they wear better clothes. And yes, these slaves loved their master more than they loved themselves. And they always bragged. They were always used to enslave those ones, the majority, who were at the plantation. But those that lived at the plantation, they hated their master because they were intelligent. They knew they deserved to be human beings like their masters. So the dictators of this generation use the same trick. They divide you. They pick what belongs to all of you. Take it, pick just a little crumb of it, and give to a few of you. And you'll find your fellow student bragging, oh, I'm the only student who's driving a car. But you're driving that car at the cost of the goodness of all the students. So be aware. Do not be the good slave in your university. They're going to try to use you. Because General Museveni is so timid. He knows. He reads books. He sees how all dictators end. No dictator has ever lived forever, no. And no dictator has ever won the people, no. So, according to his analysis, he sees his time is out. He has watched his friends, the Gaddafis, the Mugabes, the Bashirs, the Mubaraks. They are gone. He sees he's going. And that is why you see he's unleashing brute force on all of you. And he's going to come for your credibility. And now this is where we have to answer Frantz Fanon's riddle. He says, every generation must discover their mission. We have already discovered our mission and we passed that. Now, it is that junction. Either fulfill it or betray it. The choice is ours. We are going to fulfill that mission or betray it by what we think, by what we do, and by what we teach others. I can only play my role. Lubongoya can only play his role. Sauda can only play her role. All of us can only play our roles. You need to play your role, ladies and gentlemen. And I must say, according to what I see, you are playing your role perfectly. Just hang in there. Don't give up, friends. Let's do what we must do. There's nobody else we must look at but ourselves. I'm saying this, like I told you, I intended to speak to you for only 2 minutes and run to the next meeting. But I'm saying this because I'm not sure I will be talking to you tomorrow. Everybody that speaks the truth is in very grave danger. We are being abducted every day. So make sure every day that passes, pass that message. Let us be like a virus, a good virus. Okay? Let us be like an atomic reaction. Let us spread this message. Friends, we are almost late. Every day that Museveni rules over our country, every day 19 women die giving birth. Every day. Okay? Every day that Museveni presides over our country, more than 300 children die. Every day, those are under the age of 5. Now, these are Ministry of Health statistics. I've not talked about how many people are being abducted and being murdered in cold blood because we don't have the statistics. But we know that every day our human rights desk receives numerous complaints. My child was abducted from Kayunga. My son was taken from Bali. Just yesterday, a young man was being buried in Arua. 4 of them taken, tortured, and murdered. They had left Arua, going to work in Kachira as casual laborers, but simply because they had NUP membership cards. So that is where we are. We cannot wait. We cannot be patient. Every day that goes by, your education is being messed. Why? Because General Museveni is using COVID-19 as a political weapon. He has no interest in your education whatsoever. He's so intimidated by young people being intelligent. He prefers slaves. It is important that you take it upon yourself. Here is the time when we must take the destiny of our country in our hands. We recently called out the people of Uganda to come out and peacefully and legally demonstrate and protest against this injustice. Not only against the stolen election. Friends, we have every reason to protest. Just look around you. Look at the conditions you're studying under. Look at the road you pass. You want to get angry? Go to a hospital. Just visit any police station. Just visit any health center. So, we have every reason to be angry. We have no reason to smile about. Take it on you, ladies and gentlemen. I would have taken more time talking to you. Unfortunately, I will have to leave you shortly because I have another engagement. I'm very happy to meet you. I look forward to hosting you again, ladies and gentlemen. And like SG said, we had so much to talk about, so much to hear from you. We don't only want to be communicating to you, but we want to hear from you because we believe you go through even much more than we go through. So it's important that we know that each other is all that we have. And to thank you for taking time to come and meet me and meet the team. And to thank you very much for standing on the right side of history. Whatever you're doing, don't call it a small thing. All those small and big actions that you do are going to amount into the ultimate liberation of this, our country. Do not undermine your contribution. I used to undermine my contribution because I was only a singer, only an entertainer. You might think, you're only a blogger, you're only an activist, you're only a student. My friend, you are as powerful as anybody else. Start believing in yourself. Start evoking that spirit in you. If there's anything for you to take away from here today, I want you to take away something called confidence. Because confidence is everything. Evoke it out of you. They don't buy it in any supermarket. No, it is born in you. It is you who kills that confidence, and it's you who waters that confidence to come up. Okay? So, evoke that confidence. Believe in yourself. Make sure you share it with anybody and open up your mind to learn. Let us learn as much as possible. Let us pay attention to this, our country, because nothing else is going to make sense if we don't fix this, our country. But if we fix this country, friends, you are going to live in a country that you will be proud of. We have the ability to transform this country in our lifetime. Okay? What we are doing, what you are doing, you're not doing for your children, but for you. This we can achieve in our lifetime. And to thank you very much. To congratulate you, Mr. President, and your campaign team. May God bless you. Aluta continue.
Chamboko Zoe.
Zoe.
Chamboko Zoe.
Zoe.
That is not enough, as I expected the vibe. Chamboko Zoe.
Zoe.
Let us just applaud our excellence. Chamboko Zoe. Zoe. Chamboko Zoe. Zoe. Ra. Ra. Cha. 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 We can get seated. Since I think many of us would want to get this historical selfie. Some pic with the president. Hello? Some pic with the president. Let us just get somewhere and get this pic. But Mr. President, as Mr. President, as we are getting prepared, Mama Busia Vanis, who works as our speaker, Makerere University, is also around. Honorable Kabuye from Kasai South. Our students
and the updates online page. Abayizi b'Kyambogo University olunaku olwaleero babadde bakyaliddeko His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu era nga baleese wini yaabwe olunaku olwaleero. So meeting lwete bwe badde ebigambo mubiwulidde, kansobere nti bitukoze bulungi nnyo. Network etusumbwasumbuwa olw'okuba nti abanyampi bangi naye tugenda kubeera nga tukitereeza. Thank you so much.